What's going on, Red Nation? Rockets fans, basketball fans all over the world. This is Rockets Daily brought to you by FanArch. My name is David Delano. If you would go ahead and subscribe to this channel, be much appreciated. Help us grow. And leave a comment. Appreciate all the comments that we've got so far. We're going to dive into one of the requested topics and something that I also had on mind. I appreciate it. Some of you mentioned it. Want to see EuroBasketball highlights and breakdowns. Don't want to run into anything copyright wise, but we'll see. And also interviews. Definitely something that I would love to be doing in the future. So keep those comments and those subscriptions coming in. It's free to subscribe. Free to subscribe. That way we will continue to grow and hopefully be able to do some great things for you guys during the season. Before we jump into today's show, let's go ahead and touch on the EuroBasket now. By the time this airs, the Turkey and Sweden game will probably have been concluded, or you probably will already know the results for that. Turkey with the top seed in this EuroBasket tournament, 5-0. We talked about Şengün leading the squad to a victory over Serbia, 95-90, in the final round of a group play to get them to the top in Group A to get the top seed. So they're going to be playing Sweden, and then assuming Turkey wins, they're going to be taking on the winner of Poland and Bosnia. Should win that game. And I'm really just looking a little bit ahead here on a Friday, September 2nd, which will probably be the case. Could be looking at a semifinal matchup between Turkey and Greece, which would mean a matchup between Şengün and Giannis. So something to keep an eye on, and we will keep on touching on the Euro basketball tournament as Şengün's definitely been doing his thing. Now, one thing that we're going to get into today, and due to popular requests, we're going to talk about, we're going to break down the greatest Rockets of all time. And we've been going through the years, right about 2004, 2005. But today we're going to we're going to start with centers. I know I mentioned with the guards. We're going to start with the centers, which easier than the guards because not as many. But we're going to do top 10. I think I would say top 5 is pretty easy, but I would say it's easy as far as who's in the top 5. The way that you rank them, maybe not. And we'll see if we have some debate. Love the debate. This is my list, and basically I put the list together. Really, just obviously not looking at anything other than the Rockets' history. Stats going year by year. Didn't see all of these guys play personally. Well, not live at least. Seen them on clips. So I did that, and then also after put my list together, looked a little deeper at some different content to see who I was missing and things like that. So let me know what you guys think. Feel free to chime in. Let's go ahead for today. We're going to talk about the top. We're going to talk about the top 10 Rocket centers of all time. I'll tell you, we're going to save 1 through 5. We're going to do 10 through 6 on this video. All right, so starting here at number 10, where things will get interesting, and we'll see how many of you guys are familiar with this guy, and if you saw this guy play live or on television during his time, or even listened to this guy on the radio, or really even just checked a box score the day after this guy played, I definitely want you in the comments for today, as we're going to talk about Zayd Abdul Aziz here for our first spot here at number 10. All right, so he started his career as Donald Smith before converting and changing his name. Zayd played for the Houston Rockets from 1972 to 1975 when he was 26 to 28 years old, and then he came back and ended his career with the Rockets 1977 to 1978 season. He played 4 out of his 10 years with the Rockets, 3 with Seattle, 2 with Milwaukee, 1 with Buffalo, 1 with Cincinnati, 1 with Boston. So majority of his career with the Rockets, played 206 games, averaged 9.5 points per game. Now this is all just the stats with the Rockets. 9.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game. The blocks for some of those years, the stat keeping was a little iffy, but from what we do have, Zayd averaged 1.1 blocks per game with his time with the Rockets. But the thing with him, when it comes to defensive efficiency rating out of guys who played at least 100 career games with the Rockets, Zayd actually ranks number 1 all time. So that's the thing that's getting him to crack the top 10 list here. Played on some bad Rockets teams. One thing with him, only made one playoff appearance with the Rockets, and in that playoff appearance, he was on the bench. He was sitting behind a guy that we're going to be talking about here at number 9, but he only averaged 11 minutes per game in that 6-game series and 4.3 points per game in that playoff series. Thing with Zayd, best season that he had, one thing that he had was remarkable for a center. Free throw shooting for his career, 72.8%, 77.8% from the free throw line with the Rockets. And in that 1973-74 season, he averaged 10.9 points per game, 11.7 rebounds, and shot just over 80% from the free throw line. So Zayd Abdulaziz gets our number 10 spot in the top 10 Rocket centers of all time. All right, next on our list for top 10 Rockets of all time, we've got Kevin Kunert, who's going to be coming in at number 9. And a little bit of, between him and Zayd, a little close, but Kunert's going to get the nod for a few different reasons. For one, he played more games. We mentioned for Zayd 206. Kunert played 341 games for the Houston Rockets. He played 5 seasons, 5 out of his 9 years he spent with the Rockets, and he had some of his best years with the Rockets. 10.4 points per game. By far best years that he had. 8.5 rebounds per game. He shot 47.9% from the field. And he was on the team with Zayd Abdulaziz when the Rockets went to the playoffs in 1974-75. And Abdulaziz actually was backing him up. Kunert was only 23 years old at the time, a former Iowa Hawkeye. 10.9 points per game and 7.5 rebounds, 6.1 defensive rebounds, 7.5 rebounds per game, 10.9 points in that playoff series for Kunert, as he played in 8 playoff games that season, and he also played 12 more playoff games with the Rockets in the 76-77 season. So overall, with the Houston Rockets in 20 playoff games, Kunert averaged 10.1 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, and that's in the playoffs. So Kevin Kunert is going to be number 9 on the Rockets list of centers. And there's some other guys that you may be mentioning, thinking, are they power forwards? Are they centers? And we will definitely get through that and be able to discuss it. All right, so that brings us up on the number 8 Rocket of all time. And this is a guy that you may be familiar with. Yes, he's back. It's Clint Capella back with the Houston Rockets. He's going to chime in at number 8, and we could talk about the system. We could talk about the offense, but offensive efficiency, Clint's put up some amazing numbers for the Houston Rockets. Obviously, began his career here 2014 to 2020 before moving on to the Atlanta Hawks, but he's back, and hopefully he'll be adding a championship with the Rockets to his legacy. Capella, best season, 2018-2019 season. He put up 16.6 points per game, 12.7 rebounds, and Capella, a 61.7% shooter from the field. And I mentioned Zayd Abdulaziz ranking number 1 all time in defensive rating for the Rockets. Clint Capella is going to be number 1 in offensive rating. 6 years with the Rockets, 12.2 points per game for Capella and 9.7 rebounds. And from the field, Capella has shot in a Houston Rockets jersey 63.4% from the floor with the Rockets, but just 52.6% from the free throw line. So Clint Capella, number 8 Rocket of all time. Who do you think number 7 is? All right, here's where maybe some debate can start. I'm not sure that those first three games names really moved you. Maybe a little bit of a debate here, but I'm thinking that after this season, it really won't matter. It'll really be irrelevant. But we're going to go ahead and talk number 7 center all time. Number 7 going with Alperen Şengün. And, it's so young right now with everything that is going on for Şengün. Right now, we've been talking about how he's just been absolutely killing it in the EuroBasket tournament. Just his team led his team to a win over Jokic's Serbia team. Just made his first playoff appearance, though, so a lot to still be determined right now, and hopefully the sky's the limit. Although once you get to this the top 3 of this Rockets list, it's definitely going to be hard to crack. He's only 23 years old, so right now this is kind of more of a just youth experience. You don't want to crown anybody too much. Don't want to crown him too much if he does watch this, which I'm sure he probably doesn't. But if he does, definitely want to leave him hungry for a little bit more. But the number 6 guy here, and it's definitely open to debate, and this is actually not a typo. Both of these guys, regular season stats, you see Şengün's played more regular season games in a Rockets uniform, but both average 16 points per game. Obviously, Şengün coming in, beginning his career with the Rockets. Howard coming in as a more veteran player, so not coming in at the same time of their careers. But both 16 points per game during the regular season, 11.7 rebounds per game for Howard, 8.6 for Şengün, and 51.8% field goal percentage and 70.1% free throw shooting percentage for Şengün. Howard over 60% field goal percentage, but much worse from the free throw line. And the big thing here, just with the short sample size, but given the respect and the edge to Dwight Howard, just right now, big thing, just the 3 seasons, but reaching the playoffs each time, 28 playoff games. Şengün played well, but only 1 playoff series so far with the Houston Rockets. And honestly, even all due respect to Dwight Howard, but hopefully, with the way that this we're expecting this 25-26 season to go, that there will be a separation if we see from Şengün what we're expecting to see. But a little bit of forgotten time, some of the times with Dwight Howard during his career. First playoffs with the Rockets, 2013-2014 season, just averaged 26 points per game and 13.7 rebounds per game in that playoff series, which the Rockets lost in 6 games to the Portland Trailblazers. Later on, though, Dwight Howard, big thing in the playoffs was a liability from the free throw line. But still, giving Dwight Howard number 6 spot so far. Let me know what you think about the top, numbers 10 through 6 Rockets of all time. Mentioning right now, I got number 6, Dwight Howard. We got Şengün, number 7. Clint Capella's number 8. We got Kevin Kuhnert coming in at number 9. And Zayd Abdulaziz at number 10. Like I said, I didn't mention 1 through 5 on this. I didn't mention number 1 through 5 on this. Let me know before I do drop 1 through 5 on the next episode. List for me your top 10 Rockets centers of all time. Or if there's anybody who you think that is not top 5, but you feel like should have been 9 or 10, go ahead, like and subscribe. Stay with us. We're going to be doing this with the rest of the centers, the forwards, and the guards. Talking about much more. Thanks so much for watching. My name is David Delano. This is Rockets Daily.